Before we get into it, if you enjoyed these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button, and keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as, investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that.
All right, folks, here we are on Saturday, March 15th. We're going to take a look at SoFi today. So SoFi has come down as expected. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks. Came down, kept pushing off the 8 here, and made its way to the 183. Lost that pretty quickly, down over 11% this day. Has done exactly what you would then expect it to do, which is come back to the 183 EMA. And now it's hitting resistance right at the 183, which is within pennies of the 8. So the 8 DMA is at 12.16, the 183 is at 12.21, and the price closed at 12.09. Okay, so it goes price, then 8, then 183 from the bottom up. Now, what does this mean? To me, nothing yet. I'm most interested to see what who knows, maybe just what Monday looks like, but if not, I would expect that at least by Wednesday, by end of market Wednesday, that we would have some idea of, is this going to kind of start to wrestle now with the 183, right? A little above, a little below, but mostly just kind of pinned to it. Is it going to push off hard and then have to contend with the immediate resistance of the 8? Because the fact that the 8 is right there, if it pushes down, it just immediately then has that 8 continuing to like pummel it down. Or does it get a strong motion back through the 183? Maybe positioning itself between the 8 and the 21. Again, I'm saying this doesn't have to happen on Monday, but sometime Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those 3 candles might start to tell a tale. Do we start to get some motion through here? And, it's not to say it's a golden ticket that it's going to then come back up, but it at least gives it an opportunity like it had here when it reached for the 21, push down hard. But that's what can happen. But at least, if it did get itself back up here, that would get it back above the 183 and would give it an opportunity. But yeah, I do think that the first half of the week will be pretty telling. Now, levels that we have on the chart here, the 1131 holding up really well for the time being. I know it's sort of stretched a bit far away from that, but even just yesterday it was putting the body of the candle and then the wick very, very close, a low of 1131. So that was on the money yesterday, or on Thursday, I should say. Yep, right there. Boom. So it's catching in the spots where we would expect it to catch, and now, what's the resistance going to look like to the upside if it does start to get some motion? The 1283 put up a little bit of support on the way down. So, how strong is that resistance? We may get to see, we may not. If 1131 gives way, then we do have, I'm sure a stop along like the 10 level, because that would just psychologically make a lot of sense. There looks to be some pretty solid support right where my cursor is, around the 1050 level. So, if it does slip 1131, you could expect psychological $11 level, and then 10 and a half, 10. But ultimately, we have down there 938. If things get really slippery, there's still this bit of a gap. It would get into that gap at 937, and it would fill it at 907. So I would bring it down much closer to 9 if it did come down and complete the fill of that gap. We'll see. Now, the Thinkorswim side of things, catching support off of the -1 ATR level of 1142 and getting itself back into the channel as of Friday. So we'll see if it can continue to put motion in there. But, all these levels now up to 1752 are all resistance levels at the moment. I don't really have an inkling that it would get all the way up to the call trigger at 1519, but who knows? It could happen. But if it doesn't, the call trigger for April, as you see them right here, right now is situated at 1283 with a +1 up to 1521. So could that come into play? Maybe. On the reverse side there, the -1 ATR for April is at 1136 with a -1 down to 897. Again, bringing back up that $9 level we just talked about with the gap fill here. So we'll see. But it is at a pretty critical moment for the time being, especially as it pertains here to, kind of hitting its head on the 183. Does that persist, or is it able to get some motion through here? I do think the next few trading days will be telling. All right, folks, so I hope that you enjoy your weekend. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.